5 generations working side by side in today's workplace. Hi, I'm Eds, and I'm going to introduce you to each of these generations in this video and explain these characteristics, values, and workplace expectations of each.
Thank you, Josh, for driving me here.
Sometimes it's
It's so hot outside, it'll be very hard to visit others.
What memo?
we're considering making phone calls.
Seriously, cold calls? If you guys were anyone out of touch, she'll be sending you 8 telegrams.
Here we go again with this hyperbole.
Guys, you listen to me for once.
Let him speak.
What I mean, guys, is if we want to reach our target, we need to be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, like what today's generation do.
What is talking about?
Is Facebook an outbound sale tactic?
Oh my, back in my days, the only site is Wiki.
Who does you think he is?
Such a stubborn broad.
Who's even Twitter? Why would someone name after Facebook?
You know what the problem is, guys? You're afraid of taking risks.
Whoa, stop right there.
You want to talk about the real risk?
You may have witnessed generation differences on your own workplace. Maybe you've heard something like this. One employee proposes a new way of doing tasks to a coworker or a supervisor, and the response you get is no. And the reason is the way we've been always done things, and both employees are frustrated. One feels like their concerns aren't being heard and validated, and one other feels like their way of doing things is being criticized or challenged. The research based on demographers who study generations show that the people who grow up during the same time period and experience the common historical and social events can sometimes share common beliefs based on those influences. Let's take a closer look of each generation. We'll start with the oldest generation, which is known the silent generation. Traditionalists are the most senior generation in the workplace. They were born between 1930s to 1945, and they grew up during the Greatest Depression in World War II. Many of them are characterized by the values of hard work and loyalty. The workplace that they first entered is heavily influenced by the command and control style of the military. This generation has a great respect for authority. They prefer structure, conformity, and the conventional work environment with the top-down chain of a command. Since computers weren't part of this landscape, they first entered the workplace. Some traditionalists may struggle learning, using technology.
How to post this again?
Come on, I already taught you on the 100,000 times. You'll need to drag this, then put it here, and that's the magic words.
I'm so sorry. I always forget, aging.
The next generation is the baby boomers. The baby boomers are the large generation born between 1946 and 1963. Many boomers are in upper leadership position in the workplace. This generation grew up witnessing events like the Vietnam War and civil rights, reforms making them socially conscious. Generation and the work environment that the boomers first entered led them to compete for the advancement and rewards. Hey, what seems to be the problem?
I can find the letter N.
Oh, the letter N is here.
I wonder why they don't create the keyboard in alphabetical order. That's why better than this.
They work long hours at the workplace just to get noticed by their leaders, and the term workaholic is used to describe many boomers based on these characteristics. And because technology is still not widespread when the boomers first entered the workplace, many still struggle with adapting to tech in the workplace.
Now I can find the exclamation point.
Now, let's take a look about Generation X. This generation was born between 1964 to 1974. Many Gen X are in the positions of leaderships. This generation grew up during a certain period of economic uncertainty, resulting to their parents having to work long hours away from home, getting laid off from their jobs. Gen X are known as latchkey kids because many of them came home from school alone and took care of themselves until their parents got home from work. This experience led many Gen X to develop a sense of self-reliance early on as well as their loyalty to employers. Instead, Gen X tends to be more loyal to a person like a leader they trust and respect rather than the organization. Do you need any help with that?
What is help? I never heard that before. Now I was kidding. I can figure this out alone. Or if not, maybe I can find my way to that door. Now I was kidding again.
Gen X also wants to balance between their work and their whole life, so flexibility is very important to them. While they didn't grow up with technology, Gen Xers were introduced in their high school and college years, so they welcome it in the workplace. Next is the Millennial generation. Millennials were born between 1965 to 1973, and they were the largest generation in the workplace. Many are well in the position of leadership, as well millennials came in the age along with technology and social media, and they're advocates of both in the workplace, preferring to communicate electronically. This generation is very collaborative, teamwork-oriented, and open to change. They are also adept to multitasking, eager to learn and take on new tasks. They are also like frequent feedback from their leaders and many want mentors to help them with their professional growth. Millennials are skilled in using technology to get work done outside of traditional work hours and locations, blending in their personal and their work lives.
What do you think about this? Should I use black or pink?
Oh, I think black is too dim and boring. I think while pink is a bit pale and shiny, you may try considering pastel colors for your background, and I think you might need to highlight this letter design.
Thanks for the feedback. I'll try that. What's worse than this bad day?
No internet. Let's talk about space.
The fifth and the newest generation to enter the workforce is the Generation Z. Members of the generation were born 1994 to 2010. This is the first generation that has grown up with technology and they have never known a world without internet. To members of Gen Z, technology is necessary to accomplish work. They are the most connected of all generations in social media. They prefer to use it and texting is their mode of communication. Gen Zs grew up during the Great Recession and this has made them independent, innovative, and in tech renewal. Gen Zs like flexibility. They appreciate being given independence over work projects and decision making, and they are also ethnically diverse generation, yet they expect racial equality in the workplace.
Have you heard this idea? All of this costs money. This is an advertising company, not a bank.
Sir, I forgot to mention, but all of the stuffs I have mentioned is free. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they are free.
Let's do it!
Does this mean you have me full time?
Well, we will get back to you.
Sir.